I am. Folks call me the Bone Man. Ain't my real name, but it's the one that stuck. Guess it fits. I've been rattling around this earth a long time, longer than I care to count. Long enough to know that music don't die, and neither do the stories folks bury with it. I came up in the Delta, back when the nights were quieter and the roads were meaner. Played juke joints so low down they didn't have no roof, just the moon and the heat. I learned early that a guitar string can cut deeper than a blade, and that the devil don't always wear horns. Sometimes he just leans on the bar and buys you a drink. They say I disappeared in the 40s. Others say I never was real to begin with. Truth is, I walked away from the world when the world stopped listening. Found me an old broadcast tower out past the edge of the map. Still runs somehow, I don't ask why. Now I keep the signal humming, one station, one voice, one story at a time, Requiem Radio. That's what I call it, where music bleeds into the supernatural. A place for the songs folks forgot, and the souls that won't stay quiet. I ain't preaching, I just spin the records, tell the tales and let the dead do the singing. But every now and then when the air's thick and the static's sweet, I reckon I ain't the only one listening. So go on, lean in close, I got a little more to play. Since this your first time with the Bone Man, I'm taking you deep into the Mississippi Delta, where bluesmen's fingers move too fast for the living, and where the devil still keeps his appointment book open at the Crossroads. You probably heard the story of Robert Johnson, the man who played guitar like no one else alive, and died with more questions than answers. But what if I told you the story didn't end there? That even now, long after his death, something still lingers out there at the place where the roads cross. Turn down the lights. Turn up the volume and listen closely, because the Delta don't forget. And tonight, we're going to the Crossroads.
They say the Delta don't forget. It remembers sweat. It remembers sorrow, and it remembers music, especially the kind that don't come from the living. Somewhere outside Clarksdale, Mississippi, where highways 49 and 61 cross, there's a patch of land people avoid after dark. To most, it's just an old intersection, but to others, it's the Crossroads, the place where a man named Robert Johnson traded more than just a song. Back in the 1930s, Robert was just another young man with a guitar and a dream bigger than the Delta sky. Folks said he couldn't play worth a lick, until one day he vanished. Gone like smoke in a juke joint. And when he came back, his fingers danced like the devil himself was pulling the strings. They say Robert took that old guitar down to the crossroads at midnight, waited until the wind stopped. And when the moon turned pale, a tall man stepped out of the shadows, dressed in black, eyes like funeral dirt. He tuned Robert's guitar, whispered something only the dead should hear, and vanished into the dark. That night on, Robert Johnson played like a man possessed. But the fame didn't last, and neither did he. They buried him in a shallow grave no one agrees on. But the music, it stayed. Truckers say when they pass that crossroads after midnight, they see a figure standing at the edge of the road, thin, quiet, guitar on his back, he never moves, just watches. And sometimes their radios switch on by themselves, playing a Robert Johnson song, but slowed down, warped, like it's coming from the bottom of a grave. They say if you leave a fresh set of guitar strings where the roads meet, by morning they're gone. No footprints, no tire tracks, just silence. Except for the faintest sound of slide guitar coming out of nowhere. Because the Delta don't forget, and the Crossroads, it never sleeps. Keep listening. Keep learning.
You're back with a bone, man. Some legends are born from tall tales. Others
come from truth too terrible to say out loud. Robert Johnson gave us music that still haunts the blues, and maybe the back roads of Mississippi too. So, the next time you're driving late at night and your radio changes on its own, or you see a man in the shadows with a guitar on his back, eyes like funeral dirt, don't you stop and don't look back. Thank you for joining the Bone Man here on Requiem Radio. If you enjoyed tonight's story, be sure to follow the show and leave me a review. It helps others find their way to these strange places too. Until next Friday, keep your strings tight, your eyes forward. And whatever you do, don't make any deals you can't get out of.
Ain't gonna be no more tonight. Y'all rest easy, and don't let the dark drive you